Evening, folks. Um, Now, I'm aware it's only the middle of March, but tonight's going to be the first of three league previews. Hopefully, we're starting on the preferred date in April, which I think that's I've messed this up before. I think it's the 17th, isn't it? But the third Saturday in April, hopefully. So we're going to do three league previews, and it's going to be leagues that I know the most about. Now, I don't profess to know everything about them or even a significant amount, but the leagues that I know most about. And I'm just going to give you a few pointers. Obviously, we're at the mercy of overseas professionals arriving and overseas amateurs, so we don't really know. We'll try and do a few predictions and give you some pointers as to what we think. So, firstly, I'm going to start with the Northern League, because you start with the best in the area, don't you? And without a shadow of a doubt, the Northern League is the Premier. It is a Premier League, and it is the Premier level of cricket within the North Lancashire area. So, what I'm going to do is I'm almost going to ignore 2020, because partly it was a season of well, there was some cricket, and it was half a season, but it was a bit like friendlies. So I'm just going to ignore that. And I'm going to have a look at who we think is going to win it, who the best performers are going to be individually, and also perhaps teams that might be down at the bottom. Again, agree or disagree, just my thoughts. So looking at the Northern League at the top, I suspect it'll be the usual suspects. I suspect it'll be Leyland and it'll be Blackpool. Leyland have got really good fighting spirit. They've always had that. They've always been very tenacious, and I think they're a decent side. Perhaps without having all the stars that other teams do. Now, they missed Henry Thompson in the 2020 season. He went over to play for Harrogate, so whether or not he's coming back, I don't know. I just don't have the information on that. I suspect, having gone over there, he's probably got a job and he's staying over there. And if that's the case, that's a bit of a blow for them, because he's only been a top run scorer over the past few years. Whereas Blackpool, they all seem to pull it off without having many stars. And their stars captain, fantastic, Paul Danson. He marshals his troops very well. I think Leyland and Blackpool are going to be up there. However, my wild card is going to be Garstang, simply because their overseas player, Bisht, the little batsman, if they can get him in the country and he can play, I think they've got a shout of pulling off a shock up there. I can see them with a shout of winning it if the rest of the batting holds up. Because in 2019 he scored 1,600 runs in all competitions, and that was nearly 3 times as many as anybody else. They do have the two Wallings to bolster up the batting. So hopefully, if their batting holds up, and if the pro gets in the country and plays, I'd give them a shout. Netherfield will be very keen to put up a good show after they disappointed in 2019. They finished around middle table, lower down. They're better than that. They should be up near the top. They've got a good captain, and I think he can maybe drive them, if he can keep the dressing room together, drive them to a better finish than they had. Down at the bottom, unfortunately, I can't see very far past Kendal, Morecambe and Lancaster really battling for survival. They've all got the good points, really. Lancaster have got that really strong fighting spirit, and they all seem to do better than you think they're going to do. They don't, regardless of who they've got in the team, they never actually look like a well-drilled outfit or look like they're going to do much, but they all seem to pull something off. Again, it's that fighting spirit. They just want to win. Morecambe, always been there and thereabouts. A lot of changes to the team over the last few years. Kendal, again, skipper by Chris Miller, has been doing it for a while. A lot of pressure on him. Depends what players they can get in, and particularly if they can get an overseas in, because Kendal, Netherfield are always battling for the same kind of players. So looking at the individual performances, a lot depends on overseas players. Batting wise, I mentioned Henry Thompson. Leyland are going to miss him. He'd have been up there in the amateurs. Can't really see past Ben Barrow for top run scorer. I can't see past him. I don't see who's going to go past him at an amateur level for that. As an all rounder, I'd say the one to watch out for is Michael Wallen at Garstang again. 2019, 514 runs and 32 wickets, half decent. And at Longridge, a player I don't know, but his figures stood out, is a youngster, Daniel Wilson, 2019, got 55 wickets at just under 12 in the league. And it's a Premier League. And altogether, he got 90 odd wickets in all competitions. So he's one to watch out for. Don't know anything about him. Don't know if he's a seamer, a spinner. Don't know what he is. But he seems to be getting a lot of wickets at only 19 or 20 years of age. And I think he's one to watch out for, providing he's available at that age. Sometimes they go off to university. We just don't know. That's my thoughts on the Northern League. Gonna stick my neck out. I'll have Blackpool winning it, and going down. I think I'm going to go for Kendal and Morecambe, but that remains to be seen. Thanks for watching, guys.